Wade, welcome to the program. How are you?
Good. Very good.
All right. I just wanted to start off, you know the theme of the show. It's all about lolcows. My first question to you is, do you think you're a lolcow?
I actually didn't know what a locale was, but based on everything said, I think I'm a certified locale. I should probably be a permanent guest. As far as I know, the definition is that we are people that are online presence that are like self-delusional and don't know that people just want to pick on us when we think we're super serious and everyone's our friend. Is that a good definition?
Yeah, I guess so. Do you qualify as that? You're more of a you'll do anything for donos type of guy.
I won't do anything.
You could be milk for content.
You do pretty close to everything. Yeah.
Milk for content.
Hold on. Where's the line at? What line would you not do for a donation?
I have no problem with gay people, but I won't do anything gay.
Okay. Good.
And nothing to try.
Is that it?
Is that it?
I mean, anything not to get me banned, you know?
Boogie's fucking crazy.
A few times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to start off with a
Boogie's
simple
ass
question.
is like
there was a
gooping.
stream that you did, probably 4 or 5 years ago at this point, where you were like making out with this dude's wife in his basement. Did you hit the skins?
Classic. This is a classic clip. This is actually when I was still like running shit, kinda. Was it? Or it might have been just after. It was around that era.
No.
You didn't figure that night?
No, did not. Everyone thinks I did, but I didn't. We just were making out on stream. Obviously, that's not cool, but I didn't figure that.
You know, out of all the things you've done, this is one thing I think I could probably take your side on, because at the end of the day, it takes two to tango, right? Like, she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Like, I saw people say you destroyed that marriage.
I didn't destroy that marriage.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously it's not cool and it's fucked up, and but
Didn't you get put in his position recently with one of your fans? Like didn't they call you and say they were like fucking back in the ass and shit like that?
I mean, they were saying that stuff, but they were trolling, trying to get like a reaction and stuff. But she never. Nobody else with me, so.
I mean, you're married now. How long you been married?
I'm not married.
Okay, but you've been with somebody for a while now. Okay, one of the videos I saw said you've been with somebody named Becky for a couple years now.
Well,
like maybe you're expecting twins and stuff.
I was with Beck for about 3 to 4 years, but recently we actually departed. We broke up.
Yeah, because like I was about to say, like I seen Becky like over there with like another ring on, like some dude like swooped in right behind you and like threw a ring on it quick.
No, that was her grandmother's like ring that she had given to her years ago, and she likes to troll a little bit. And so when she put that on Instagram, people thought, oh, this Willie guy like came in and put a ring on her, but she's single.
Is that the guy who died?
Yep.
What did he die of?
So you didn't.
Now here's the thing. I wanted
that.
to bring this up. If someone who doesn't know me and only has watched, I'll give a good example, Wigs. If I didn't know you over the years, these documentaries that get made on you, I would assume that you're just a huge, massive piece of shit, right? And so
Correct.
If people that don't know me or only watch like clips or something like that, that's a very, very, very small percentage of who I am. Clips or something like that. That's a very, very, very small percentage of who I am. And
but there's
honestly,
there's a difference between my clips and your clips.
How much do you know when you're drunk? How much do you remember?
Hey everybody, it's Mudahar.
Hey,
No,
Mudahar.
I have a general question to ask.
Holy shit, I didn't expect that.
Sorry, not Wings, but Blade. Do you remember me?
that's what I you used to do like a podcast or something with Hoenn, right?
I was on Mom's Basement a few times. I'm just asking if you know me because I remember one clip very recently where you're like, "Yeah, that guy. I hope he gets like licked or something over and over and over again." So it's just. I don't know how much you remember.
Why would you say that?
I don't.
Yeah, wait,
I don't.
why?
I don't know. I don't remember saying that, honestly.
So like, there's a huge difference between my clips and your clips. Like when people say I'm a piece, my clips are like usually on like a podcast setting like this, where I'm trying to be entertaining and saying shocky. Your clips is drinking and driving.
Got him.
Sometimes you gotta drive to get more air, dude. Good damn right, dude. Play Post Malone. What's it good last?
You know,
I mean, I
like,
did
or
I
just
did do
drinking.
that on a stream before. I'm not proud of that, obviously. That should never
you've
happen.
done it at least twice in my recollection in like the last year.
Blade, was not familiar with you. And
Hey, yo, what up, FJG? How are you doing? How are you doing, brother? I am dead tired. Shit, we should go back a bit. We should pause this fucking live. How are you? My headphones broke. We're gonna be buying new headphones. We dropped a bit of frames for some reason, but Christmas is fucking devastating, my big man. Is
about you, Sonny V2 and Internet AJ, and I do think you're scum of the earth, and that's coming from me, and I'm pretty scummy. You know, so yes, they do not paint a positive picture of you. I don't know if you're doing charity work out there. I don't know if you're out there like donating, like working in the homeless shelter. I don't know. Those videos didn't include that, but you would have to do a lot of that to make up for the stuff that's in those videos.
How
Why are you so
old are you now,
angry,
Brian?
Boogie?
How old are you now, Brian?
41.
You're 41, so
Correct.
you're a couple years older than me. Does it not bother you to be like smoking in a dude's house that's letting you live there?
I'm not smoking at a dude's house. I lit up a cigarette when I was drunk, and then we talked about it, and I don't do that anymore. So
Okay.
Okay,
so
wait, hold on. Why are you bringing up smoking in somebody's house? Boogie, what clips are you referring to that are so damning? The smoking in somebody's house isn't going to matter after
Well,
Boogie's descriing.
Yeah. Okay. So
what he just
the first
That's such a redneck Wings. But why are you smoking in his house, man? Why are you smoking in a grown man's house, man? You gotta pay some respect, pimp. This is fucking Boogie. Look at Wigo.
first thing that, okay,
And by the way, I'm not laughing at these guys trying to be funny. Or sorry, I'm not laughing with them. I'm laughing at them. This is I'm here to just see Wings be a retard on a podcast. That's like my favorite thing. I'll follow any podcast that Wings is on.
all right, let me just start from the top. Give me 5 minutes, okay? Number one, I'm the son of an alcoholic, and I saw in you a lot of the things that I did not like about my dad, and we all know what my dad did to me and my family. And so that
Yes,
alone is enough
because
reason
you
for
bring
me to
it up
not
a
like you.
lot.
Oh, okay.
It's
Secondly,
his identity.
I saw this clip of you grinding on a drunk, passed out girl. And then she claimed that you sexually assaulted her. And man, let me tell you something. I got no room in my life for something like that. But then I take it even more personal when I saw you throw a dog. And listen, I know, the dog landed in a safe place. The dog could be fine or whatever. I'm a dog person. I have 2 dogs. And I love them. They're small
the dog?
dogs.
Are you
But-
serious?
Boogie, I
I'm
think,
telling you.
I think you're
Come
falling
on.
behind here.
Fuck up.
He's threw a dog a couple times.
Okay. But when a small dog gets thrown, they can break their necks, man. That happens all the time. You could have killed that dog. You grind it up on a drunk woman. There are things in this world that only God can forgive. And that's 2 of them in my book. Those are things I have no desire to forgive you for. I have no desire to show you respect because you did those things. You have to do so much charitable work, so much good shit in your life, and I don't see a sign that you're doing any of it. Are you? Are you trying to make up for the damage you've done in this world?
I mean, I know I'm a good person. People that know
What are you
me-
doing that's good? Tell me here. Tell me what you're doing that's good. Tell me what you're doing that's good.
I'm just trying to like live my life. I moved up here to Seattle to take care of my dying mom. I don't know, like.
All
But
right,
does
that's
your
good.
dying mom not want anything to do with you? Like, she literally told you she doesn't want you as her caretaker, and she misses the baby boy that she raised, and you turned into like this monster that's vastly shortening his life. Like the irony in the room is, I'm a 400-pound man pushing 40 myself, and I'm going to outlive you, Blade.
I don't think so, buddy. I'm sorry.
You don't think? You don't think so? Let me let you know a secret here, right? much like Boogie, I'm the son of an alcoholic too. And I've seen 3 men in my life go through what you're about to go through. And I can give you point blank what your life's about to turn to. First thing you're going to notice is your piss is going to turn neon orange. Have you already started noticing that yet? Where your piss starts turning neon orange? Then you're going to start noticing that everybody else is hot and you're going to be cold because your body's going to stop being able to.
Dude, he went red when he was like, your piss is going to be neon orange, pimp. He went fucking orange. So 105. Where's 105? I love. Oh, it's a PR. I love Pokemon.
Regulate itself. And then you're going to start getting a thing called lymphedema. Lymphedema is when your legs start to swell up. They're going to swell up to the point where the pores are going to start pushing out, right? And you're going to die cold and alone off the charity of the fans that basically pay you to kill yourself. That's what's going to happen.
Let me take it up a step even further, because here's what happened to my dad, Blade. And I'll be honest with you, if it happens to you, I'm not going to shed a tear. We woke up one night in the middle of the night, and he had a stroke-like something. I've heard it called alcoholic seizures. I've heard it called simply a stroke. But just like that. And here's the thing. God did not have the mercy to kill that man. He spent another 10 years of his life a shell of a human being, pissing and shitting himself.
That's a thing about yourself. All right, I'm going to do what Keemstar wants me to do. All right, he wants me to break it up when this sucks.
Okay.
Because I know he told you guys to be more aggressive and shit. But if this is going to be you're a bad person over and over again, and there's no fucking laughs, and there's nothing else going on.
There's a switch.
Well, that's all
there's
it is.
a switch up
that's
here.
All this is.
Well, it's
you're a bad person. Here's the problem.
This is like
Blade knows he's bad.
This is like a fucking intervention.
Yeah, he's like self-admitted.
This is like a fucking intervention here because he has to stop. And the problem is he has 1,100 people, 1,500 people. I don't know how many viewers he gets on stream that come in here and sabotage him. I remember a month ago he tried to go with sobriety and he was doing well. He was like 2 weeks in, and then somebody door dashes him a fucking bottle of Jaeger. Like, where is the game plan to get out of this loop that you're in that is going to kill you in one of the most painful ways humanly imaginable?
Okay, I got a question. You guys seem like experts on me and super upset. I know that I have a drinking problem. I know that's what's out there.
Okay. For the record, I know you know.
Lots of anger, but I haven't done anything towards any one of you gentlemen. So what? Like, if you think I'm such a big piece of shit, why would you want to have me on the podcast, and why do you care?
Good question.
I didn't invite you here. I showed up for work, man. But and I'm doing the best I can.
What do you mean? You like own a quarter of this?
I'm just saying. I got told this is going to be the guest. I'm here to be entertaining. I'm going to be here to be entertaining. At the end of the day, I'm not.
Dude, he's such a retard. He owns a quarter of the pot. I know calling this. I was told to do my job. You fucking organizers. That's a coinky dink. We're only at 2 legendaries at once.
I'm not going to agree with every guest that we have on. Like you said, I only own 25%. I only own 25%. But I'm willing to try to be as nice to any guest that we have on here that I can be. So let me be nice to you. Let me be nice to you. Blade, what is your plan, man? What is your plan? Do you have a plan?
I'm trying to figure it out, but currently I'm trying to figure out life because it's been rough the last 2 years about trying to get solidified and. Like, I've gone sober before, but things I put myself.
How long have you? What was your record for going sober? You don't mind
like 8 months.
Do you ever find it financially beneficial for you to be like totally mask off and insane on streams? Like, people just give you more money for being just more outrageous.
I mean, once I hit a certain part of the bottle and I get into the blackout phase, it's like fast forward. I don't know what's going on. So the only way I can really tell is
Don't you think that you might as well start streaming on Kick and just go like full fucking like?
I mean, Kick would definitely let you do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would be like so financially beneficial.
Kick is more stringent on what. Here's the thing: Kick's more stringent than YouTube for my type of streams. Here, I do not
drinking streams.
I do not know why. I really do not know why. I wish I could get this out of my vocabulary. I'm not a racist person, but for some reason, in a playful, weird way, I say the N-word when I'm.
What?
I really
playful.
That's interesting.
Playful, weird way, huh?
I mean, I never go towards people and say, "Hey, that black person is the N-word." It's not a hateful thing.
But you have.
I'm gonna fucking figure it out. I hate Thank you. Dude, I don't mean anything bad towards N-words. So figure out. You're a poor and you didn't spend no money on nothing. Nips. I love you, Nips. Girls, I'm in. I wanna home. My nips. Figure it out. I don't want to pee. I don't care. Figure it out. Nips in the chat. Nips in the chat. Nips in the chat. Nips in the chat. Are we live? Figure it out. Figure it out. Let's go. I'm lit. Hey, I don't want to pee. I didn't say. I say. Casino? Yeah, that's probably a good move. Yeah, that's probably a good move. I'm letting. Yeah, I'm letting. Nah. Hey, donate more. Donate more. Figure it the out.
But you have.
No, I haven't.
When he blacks out, he says the N-word. That's so.
When I black out, I do say the N-word, and it is a problem. Obviously.
Literally, there was a stream of you drinking and driving. You pull up to a curb. There's a bunch of black people sitting on the curb, and you call them the N-word right there, and you drive off.
There was no black that neighborhood I was in. There was no black people in that neighborhood, dude.
No, I'm 100%, dude.
Hi. Can you help me out here? Fart in your mouth, person. Do you like?
No.
What? I'm still trying to understand what's a playful use of the N-word.
It's not from a place of hate, though. That's what I'm saying. It's not from a place of hate.
I understand it's not from a place of hate. But at the same time, a drunk man says
when you black out.
No, I don't believe that drunk man says so many words because like the way that I am when I'm like 99% of the time when I'm sober is completely different than the way that I am when I'm blacked out drunk.
I mean, Keemstar will back that up. He says you're a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation. I want to know about like the good guy. Tell me a little bit about good guy, Blade, because I was desperate to know that person because they don't put in these YouTube videos. I want to know what
he's better at wings than Call of Duty. That's
I feel like that's saying a lot.
I'm just a laid back dude. I think I'm funny. I'm pretty neutral on things. The way that my brain works, the way that I think so outside the box that I don't even know where the box is anymore. So my interactions with people, whether they be strangers,
because you're in a really weird situation. Because like Wing said, you got like 11 to 1,500 people that obviously pay to milk you as a locale, and you know. And obviously we all got to earn a living, and it's hard to earn a living. You know, I'm facing that reality. You're facing that reality. We all are. Everybody watching this is facing that reality, right? So like, earn a living. No. It's hard to earn a living. Are you at least careful? Are you at least like, do you know if I'm drinking, I'm gonna stay away from other human beings so nobody gets hurt? Do you? I mean, like, obviously you're drinking and driving. When's the last time you did that, man?
I did that on stream. Not an excuse.
Boogie, he's a drunk. He's a fucking drunk. He's a drunk. Look, you're gonna keep pointing out that he has a drinking problem.
I'm just saying. If I was if I was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, listen to me. If I was
drunk, you drunk.
Tommy, if every time I ate a pizza, I risked other people's lives, I would chain my ass ass down before I eat a pizza.
Okay. Can I answer that question? Can I answer that question?
Sure, Blake.
Yes,
Go ahead, Blake.
please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me, I understand from.
Wait, can I ask you something before you continue? Blake, can I ask you something? Are you a better driver drunk or sober? Which one?
Obviously, I'm a better driver sober, dude. Stop.
Oh, okay.
Can I explain it? I know that me being drunk, like out in like let's say IRLing, right? Like this whole Ice Poseidon CX, go out and go on the streets and do that. Me being drunk out in the streets is not good. I don't do it. Like the most I'll do is like get drunk and say, hey, let's try to go to the casino or something and like play a little bit. Most of these clips that you see of me drunk is literally me in a room at a house, like away from that, because I do know that drunk me out in the public like that, I'll probably end up getting killed if I do that more and more. So I keep it in an isolated, controlled area. That's what I do.
Does drunk you ever do anything nice for you? Like, do you wake up to like cool Amazon packages one day and you're like, I didn't order this.
You know what's funny? I've never actually like drunk shopped, which I think is odd. I mean,
give it a shot. Give it a shot. You like free. It's like Christmas every time you shop at that point, right?
I guess, but like, I keep myself in like an isolated scenario, and I do not drink on stream. Like sometimes when I like meet up with friends, they're like, hey, let's get some drinks. I do not.
That's just distasteful. Fucking boogie.
Not drink alcohol off stream. If I take a day off, or I'm like trying, like a lot of times I've been trying to play the new Call of Duty, and people are like the whole chat the entire time, play, drink, play, drink, play, drink, play, drink. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't drink for free. I literally have put myself in a situation where I only drink for stream. And so if I
wait, so then you're not an alcoholic, because then like you don't need it as a dependency. You're just using it as a business write-off.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, honestly, pretty much.
So then maybe not streaming is like the best option.
Blade, I got a question.
Sure,
I got a question. These guys got a lot of questions.
No withdrawals. If you're gonna ask that.
I don't hate you. I'm not trying to. I'm playing gotcha. I'm not doing any of that.
Okay.
The other guys are going to do that. I'll play a different role.
Okay.
Have you given up? Let's be honest. You have no plans of getting sober, and this is the one way you can earn money is get drunk. I'm not judging you per se, but if you like privately said to yourself, "I quit. I'm done. This is who I am, and I'm going to die this way."
No, I'm not. I'm going to live. That's no to that. I actively, I'm positive. Okay.
Have you ever thought that way about anything?
What's the escape plan?
When I watch you, it's because like I mean, look, you're a showman. Like everybody in this podcast is a showman of some kind. You did it with Call of Duty back in the day. If you keep people thinking that this is the one, like even every time you said like, okay, I'm done drinking, and then a week or two later you're back on the sauce or something like that. That keeps people engaged. Have privately. Or at least at any time say, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this. No. So you always had hope.
Yeah, I always figured it out, dude. Like, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I've been attempting to change back over to the new. I like the new Call of Duty. I've been playing in it a lot.
Okay.
But when I do that, and it's going to take a lot to change my fan base over from. Like, and I get people all the time that say, hey, Blade, we love this, like a sober stream, right? Or a stream where I like do an edible or something. People are like, oh my God, this is so much more fun and chill, and I like you so much better than the drunk you. Then it gets to the point where I'm like, man, I gotta pay bills, and so I'm like, I end up breaking down, saying, get a bottle, get drunk, get money, wake up, hangover, drink water, do it again.
So
have you ever thought about flipping the script on your? Have you ever thought about flipping the script on these trolls? And like taking some acting classes and learning how to be like a good drunk actor, like Leahy off of Trailer Park Boys, right?
Yeah, dude,
and then like swap it out for
water.
tea.
Okay.
You know?
I Boogie. I will say this. One of the reasons why I'm able to do what I do, because if that was the case, any drunk person gets turned on camera. I'm a fucking funny drunk, dude. Like, there's no ifs, ands about it.
I mean, I've seen it. I won't lie. Yeah, you're entertaining.
It's
okay.
Worth money.
You're entertaining.
You, I guess.
Like, if I can figure out, on a bottle of Jaeger, right? If I can figure out how to drink just the first 2/3 of it and then just be done, I'm at a perfect, awesome level. I don't black out. I don't say stupid stuff, but I'm like very, very, very aggressively drunk. Everyone in here, if you were to all take whatever your alcoholic choice is, I prefer Jägermeister. If you were to get drunk for this podcast, the podcast would be better. I'm sorry, it would be.
I choose not to drink because I've watched so many men in my life die from it.
And that's totally
I mean,
cool,
I got like hard Mountain Dew in a garage right now. I'll crack one for you.
Okay, but the thing is,
just
I'm not at this point. Like maybe when I was like 25, and I would be like go out and drink with friends and stuff like that. That's one thing. But at this point now, the only
are you living month to month, Blade?
Huh?
Are you living month to month, like pay wise?
Absolutely.
Like, because I was going to ask you that, because if you're living in that situation, I was going to ask you, is there an escape plan from this? Because you can't continue to do this. You're in your 40s now. Your body's breaking down. Like, you can't. Your long-term plan can't be like, I'm going to drunk stream every time I need to pay a light bill.
Well, obviously, I'm not going to be drunk streaming when I'm fucking 50. I've been actively looking for an out plan. One of the things I was doing.
How old are you now?
I just turned 41.
Okay.
You sure? I'm only 3 years away from 50.
So one of the things that after one of these RV trips, like we did the whole RV trip thing over and over and over again. That got old, and RVs were money pits. I started a streamer house. Everything was fucking great. The viewers found the landlord, who's a black guy, and sent him death threats, talking about hang yourself, Edward, and stuff like that. So obviously,
what the.
Yeah, the
Jesus.
Yeah, and
were they saying the N-word playfully though? That's what's important.
But stop.
Casually play.
Hey, Boogie,
come on, Boogie. But to be fair, you said you say it by yourself.
I don't know the level of toxicity that your viewers are. Are you familiar with Ice Poseidon?
Yeah, they're pretty toxic. Yeah, I know.
Okay,
yeah.
So when like 5 years ago, what's his name? Ice knew of me, watched me as a kid, but didn't really like know me. And people were like, hey, get Blade on there. We linked up, and then I feel like I inherited his toxic community. And I feed into it because when I'm drunk, I'm a toxic person. I get that, right? So, right now, if I attempt to do, I look at it like this. Before the Ice thing, I used to stream to like 100 people, right? And it would be, I would know every single person in the chat, and it would be a fun time. I acted almost like a bartender where I'm like, hey, nice to see you, right? Then an influx of like 3,000 people at once, all telling to kill myself, you and Trolley, and there are a lot of good people, but the vocal majority of them are people. So it's hard to get brand deals. It's hard to, if I walk outside and go
Jaeger, you always get Jägermeister.
Okay. Well, Jaeger only sponsors musicians, so I need to take a break.
Okay. Okay.
So, but if I were to go out and walk to like a pizzeria, they're gonna congratulate, like get coordinates, pinpoint, and call the place, and I can't go there. If I'm doing IRL, I have to constantly be moving. You can't stop at one place even to get like a soda, because immediately they will call. If you were to rent an Airbnb and be in an Airbnb, they will literally go on, figure out your location, they call Airbnb and say, hey, that person's molesting people, that person's a rapist. They're gonna take the piper out the walls. The very small percentage of the community, but those people make it very hard to do anything that's IRL. They want you to go out and explore the world, but when you go out there, then they get the cops called on you. So it's a very toxic community that sometimes it does lead to me being like, well, like I don't know that image you've seen with lawyers where they throw all the papers in there like.
So I hate to ask a question that's already been asked. So what is your escape plan? You're basically giving us reasons why there's no way out.
Sorry,
you told me before.
I was venting there for a minute. I didn't mean to go on a rant.
No, that's okay. I taught. No.
Okay, me personally. Me personally, if I could. Because the only way that I could like go completely sober is I need to have enough money in order to take the hits of to take the initial hits of, well, fuck you, Blade, if you're not drinking, I'm not donating. Get either Call of Duty, get like health stuff. I thought, hosting a house when I had the streamer house and I had the 5 cameras up, it wasn't even me doing the content, but having other people possibly making money off that. Because I was
wait. This streamer house. I actually want to ask about it. Is this the same house where like? Because there's this clip of somebody like keeling over and basically dying on camera. Is this the house you're talking about?
Yeah.
He's fine. All right, fine. There you go. You say he's fine? It's on you if he falls and breaks his face. He's the one that wants to stand there. Well, I'm trying to get him to. He's passing out, dude. He's drunk as shit. Willie, what up? You good? Yeah. Dap me up. Give me a handshake if you're coherent.
Oh, he's not coherent.
Yeah, see, no handshake. We should have came up with a design.
Radio Raheem sent $3 at least.
Should we do a clown?
In the recovery position.
We'll do a clown. We'll flip him on the side too when we're done. Put red on his nose. Yeah, make it real. The whole nose red. Like yes. We can't end it at this. We gotta know what the fuck's happening. Willie's in the back. They already put him in the back of the. I captured them carrying the body bag thing or whatever the thing he was on. Not a body bag. You know what I'm talking about, the stretcher.
No one died.
Wow.
What was that guy's name?
Willie Two Guns. I don't know this story. Could you tell it, Blade?
And that was Nikki's Nikki's ex-husband or ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, please tell the story.
Okay.
I really feel, go ahead, tell the story, because I don't really feel like this is the out you want. I mean, if somebody's gonna, be
I'm not going. Hey, I want a house so another person can die for content. I wasn't even streaming when that whole incident happened. But here we go. All right, so where do I start? Basically, Beck breaks up with me. Right, I'm on an RV trip trying to make things work, and then I end up after the RV trip. Everything was good. I go back to Kansas City, which I lived before, and I rented a house in Kansas City. I put up 5 cameras throughout the house and had 24/7 cams going. And and then Beck from Seattle, she drove my car from Seattle delivered it to me in Kansas City along with like all my stuff that I had left in Seattle, right? So now Beck's there for like a day or two. It's nice to see her, and then she flies off to friends and family away from the shenanigans. She's tired of all this because every single time she goes on a stream, people just shit on her because they paint this really weird picture of her.
Try to stay on target, Blake.
Okay. Anyways,
we were asking.
Sorry. Anyways, so then she starts dating a mod of mine, and the mod offers to drive from Ohio to Kansas City to pick up her stuff in his truck. So I wasn't really cool with that, but whatever. But they came down, and the guy is a super fan of mine, right? Wakes me up. They're like, hey, we're here to get the stuff, but like, let's party. And I'm like, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm not partying, dude. This dude goes on a bender.
Responsible.
Well, I don't drink really during the day. I only drink for stream. Said that before. Anyways.
I'm just saying it's responsible. It's 11. Yeah.
So they get there. He starts drinking with other people in the house. Passes out for a little bit. Wakes up. Continues to drink. Gets kicked out of Walmart. Gets trespassed from Walmart. Is at the house. He's trying to do fire sales. He's wanting me to drink. I'm like, dude, I have like so much shit to do today.
What's a fire sale?
Fire sales is a term I came up with where when I would do drunk streams, it would be different tier amounts for different amount of shots. So like if you do 21, I'll take a triple bomb a Jägermeister. Okay? Or if you do 15, I'll take a double. That's the fire sale. Anyways, he kind of like he's drinking. He ends up drinking a half gallon of of like some whiskey or something. It was just way too much for
a half gallon. Hell.
Yeah. Over the course of the day, but that's still an insane amount of liquor. Anyways, the stream is egging this guy named Tone on to like get him more drunk. Tone even says in the videos, he's like, dude, you shouldn't drink that. But he was hell bent on kicking it super hard. And he basically passed out. And then when he passed out, they were like, what the fuck did you do? I came up from having a cigarette, and I'm like, we should probably call 911. Call 911, check his vitals, make sure he doesn't throw up on himself. The ambulance comes, and they fucking take him off, right? A couple days later, he's still alive. He's in the whole ICU thing, and they come and talk to me, and they're like, yeah, we saw the videos online, this and that, and and I asked him, I was like, is there anything that we could have done once he passed out to like is that affecting things? Like, no, you guys did the right thing. We were watching on the fucking 24-hour camera.
You're off the hook.
Yeah, I'm off. I've been off the hook.
You're off the hook. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. So he actually he was in there for about a month before his family brought him to hospice, but then let him check out. Which I didn't think you could check out of hospice, but.
Yeah, well, usually there's only one check out of hospice.
Yeah, right. Usually hospice means you're dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was it. There was no. Also, just to clear things up, they took a toxicology report. He had a little bit of weed in the system, but he didn't have any illegal drugs. Before this, he had congestive heart failure because he was in a really bad car accident like a month before. He had just gotten out of the hospital and then was like, okay, let's go meet Blade. Let's go get your stuff. And drove like from Ohio to Kansas City. That's a long drive. So sleep deprived, congestive heart failure on like 60 different medications, half-gallon whiskey, all that got him to that point where he fucking collapsed. And then he fought in the hospital, but then he passed. So
did he pass from heart failure or like alcohol poisoning? Like
no, congestive heart failure.
Okay.
I believe it's been a minute, but I believe that the congestive heart failure was like the final thing in there. He had trouble breathing. But like I remember we got the autopsy report at one point. But...
Why would they give it to you? Like you're not like his relative or anything.
No, they gave it to Beck because Beck was dating him at the time.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's like even with like this other like streamer house stuff, it's like this all happened because of like just excessive drinking. Like it all just bled back into the same.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay.
And you could Blade. You quit drink. You had a stream like immediately after he passed away, and you quit drinking, correct?
I didn't quit. I mean, I did when he passed away. Shortly after that, I did go. The thing was, I hate to say it about me, but we're talking about me here. I kept on getting banned on YouTube and getting banned on Kick. So I was like, dude, I have to calm down. I need to chill the fuck out. I'm going too hard. If I don't have anywhere to stream on, then I'm going to have to go the route of working a normal job. And I don't want to do that. I would rather figure out how to make my income, to make my living doing this YouTube streaming stuff. I would.
Don't you think a normal job would save your life?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that save your life? You think? If you think you could get a normal job, I think that would be the move, right? Because then you could do the things you were saying. Like you're in a situation where you're stuck, where you have to drink to entertain people. If you get a normal job, you don't got to do that anymore.
Right.
I get that. Only huge problem.
I know you get that.
Huge problem though. I've been starting YouTube since 2009. There's a huge gap, and also if anybody says, "Hey, well, let me look you up," would you hire that guy?
I mean, I'm
so you have given up. So you have given up. So you have given up.
I have given up being normal. Sure, like okay.
But all right,
the other night, I literally did a stream where the entire stream was just me talking in the chat. They still kept donating, saying, "This, why are you drinking? Why are you drinking?" I still made like on hourly basis way more than I would at a normal job. So even if I
but I asked you a question before. If you've given up, if you just decided this is who I am. All you've told us is the reasons that you have to do what you have to do. But then you brought up, and if you have to do this, you have to continue to drink to bring in money, which is kind of giving up because you end up like your buddy. You end up gone. See what I mean? And if you have the opportunity, yeah. And then you said something a normal job. You don't want to do a normal job. Well, yeah, I get that and all that stuff. But the thing is, whether you've committed to it or not mentally, it sounds like you've thrown in the towel because you're not even considering a normal job.
Why couldn't you get like a minimum wage job and then supplement the money you make by doing your sober streams? And that could, like it may not be enough compared to your drunk stuff, but at least you wouldn't be your
It'd be
liver
something.
over.
Yeah.
What are you spending your money on? That's what I'm curious. Because like you, how much money do you think you make?
Booze. He's a drunk. Wings.
No,
He's a drunk.
Hold up. He says he doesn't drink off stream, and the booze on stream is paid for.
Oh yeah, dude, I believe that.
Yeah.
So like, what are you spending your money on to live month to month? Like you don't have a car payment. You pretty much are living with somebody else. You don't have rent or a house payment right now. Where's the money going?
Well, first off, the place I'm staying at right now is a viewer, and I am paying him to stay here temporarily. When I was doing fine at the streamer house until all this happened. Since then, it's been a nonstop hotels, paying rent to like stay at other people's places, traveling, all that other stuff. I don't really spend money on shit. I'm literally just trying, like right now, because I don't have like permanent housing, I'm literally grinding just to try to get that. I'm looking to move to Vegas. So,
did you sell your house back in the day when you did the Bad Kids podcast?
Why Vegas though?
Well,
That's not gonna help you out. That's gonna make it worse.
No,
you gotta go to like Salt Lake City.
You need to move to Wyoming or Iowa or something like that.
I'm moving to the Guinness Brewery.
I mean, I'll be honest, Blade. There's a future that do you have like family or like anybody else that will still put up with your shit that's financially dependent that like could help you exist for 2 or 3 months to get clean? I know Kim has done it for you in the past, right? Is there somebody?
No. I mean, I have a sister and I have a brother, and they're both doing great, and I've met them, and I not met them, but I've visited them recently, and everything's fine. Boogie, what you're referring to is, yes, I do have some things I need to figure out, but you're actively going like that. This is that I'm going to be. Ask your question again.
My question is basically, is there somebody out there who could help you get clean again? And then there's like a future where I think, given enough time, because this is a future I've had to ask myself about, right? Do I eventually leave the internet and help, find help to get to a point where my name is Googleable again, my health is better, and I could work? And I would love to see you have that future.
Okay,
I would really like to see you have that future.
Boogie's telling Wings to get a job.
Okay.
Boogie's telling Brian to get a job. I don't get that.
Yeah, he would be more toxic than your criminal search.
All right. So, Boogie, back in, I think this is like 2019-ish or whatever,
sure.
My YouTube channel got terminated. There was a sweep of all these YouTube channels get terminated. I literally had no active strikes on my channel. It just literally delete you.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So you're IP too. They sweeped IP too.
Yeah. So
what you're talking about, yeah.
Anyways, so after that, I was living with Beck, and I started working for her. She was a general manager for Dickies at the time. So I worked at a Dickies store, and it was fine. Work was easy. And for about 8 months I did that. I didn't have a sip of alcohol, no withdrawals. And I remember me and her would like watch streams, and I could tell that I wanted back into it. Like I was telling, like, man, these guys aren't doing, like I watch streamers stream, and I'm like, dude, you're not taking advantage of the opportunity. You're not funny. You're not this. You're not doing it right. You know what I mean? Like almost like a basketball player that's injured and he watches his teammates not play the game right. And so then I got back into it, and I like it. I enjoy streaming. It's fun. For me, it's the high of when I do a stream and things are going on, and my Bluetooth speaker is going off nonstop. I love it. That's the addiction for me. It's not really the drinking part of it, because I know I can stop. I've stopped before. I love hearing that speaker go off nonstop, making money.
When it's just like the Keemstar N-word clip out in public.
Well, I don't do media. I think media, especially my community, is stupid. I don't do media. I actually did a breakdown. I can make more money doing TTS than I can media, because media takes too long to play. So,
I mean, at the end of the day,
so what about health? But like, because like you're saying all this, and you it seems like you have no foresight, because like no matter how much money you're making right now, those doctor bills are going to be way more towards the end of your life. You got your teeth falling out. You got holes in your legs.
Well, the thing is that about 3 years ago, when I did meet with Beck, she actually did me like good for me. It was looking out for my health and got me to go to the doctor. Found that I had type 2 diabetes. Got me on insulin. Got me on metformin, and that helped with a lot of things. Like I know there's these clips of like my toe, like my toe's almost falling off through the tree.
It's your leg. You have holes in your legs.
Yeah, but another thing with streaming is you don't come with health insurance, and metformin's fucking expensive. My wife has thyroid cancer. I know all about that.
Okay.
I'm saying it's like you got to do something now because your body's deteriorating.
By the way, Wings,
yes.
I forgot to bring this up. My ex Beck, she didn't give up on her kids to go party on an RV. That was not the case. 3 of her kids are grown and have successful businesses. The other one is literally studying abroad in Canada, and she's 16. The kid was never around any of this toxic bullshit, and she doesn't do pills. So, like, and you don't even know her. So that's like, I just want to like clear that part up.
I have a question.
I'm only going what I'm told on the internet, and that's all I have. That's the only point of reference I have.
Okay, that's fair. But see, the thing is, like I said, though, Wings, if I only went off of, okay, I'll give a good example. Boogie, okay. I don't know you, sir. Okay, I don't know you. And have I attacked you for anything today?
No, man. I imagine if you were drunk, it might be a little different, but it sounds like you're sober, and it sounds like you're being a relatively kind person, and I'm trying to reciprocate that as best I can.
Thank you.
Keemstar told them to attack you. All right, that's the whole thing.
All I'm saying is this: the light that the internet paints. If we look at like Wings or we look at Boogie, that they make it out to be like you're the biggest piece of shit in the world. I don't base my opinion on you off that. This is my first interaction. I understand this interaction isn't as natural as if we were to like, smoke a joint in the park or like, I don't know, hang out for a minute.
But here's the thing. I've met you in real life, Blade. Mm-hmm. And every time I met you, I've only met the streaming Blade. Like when we went to Beverly Hills, like what'd you do? You like sat in the hotel lobby and drank and smoked weed. Like that was what you did.
Okay.
And
sounds fun.
It's like the whole night. The whole night was like trying to get somebody to do a cannonball from the second story.
What do you want me to do? Bust out the Dungeons and Dragon cards?
I'm just saying, like you drink on stream, you drink on vacation, but you don't drink when you're not streaming. It's like it's all contradictory. Like
I have a question for everybody. I want to ask Blade first. What's worse, eating yourself to death or drinking yourself to death? Blade?
I think that's the same.
Boogie.
That's the same.
Okay, Boogie. What's worse, eating yourself to death or drinking yourself to death?
My drug of choice is food. One of the reasons I think I'm just so pissed off by Blade is because I see so much of myself in him. And between the two,
Wings.
The food tastes better. At least I'm gonna remember eating the food. At least the food tastes better. Alcohol tastes like
Wings. Where are you on this?
Alcohol kills faster than food.
Alcohol kills faster than food, so it's only worse because it's faster.
I mean, alcohol has so many things. Like alcohol is like the number one client for like domestic violence, right? For men beating their wives. Alcohol makes unplanned pregnancies. Alcohol creates drunk drivers that kill families. Alcohol is probably one of the worst drugs, and somehow it's legal.
It's also the number one way to make a great stream.
I wouldn't even go that far because, like Blade said, very few people that are inebriated can do anything besides sleep. And
are you kidding me? Imagine all 5 of us drunk. It would have been the greatest stream ever.
If you want to do a, if you want to go do a stream,
kidding?
I'm telling you right now. Now, here's the thing: with people that drink, okay, when's the Boogie? Question.
What?
When's the last time you got like drunk?
I ain't touched the stuff.
You touched it over in Keem's house.
I ain't touching that shit. I've drank twice in my life. Once I got crossfaded back in 2019.
Okay.
I thought you drank at Keemstar's house.
That is right. Yeah, no, actually, when Keemstar was in town, I had a drink at a bar. So I guess a year ago, I had one drink, but I've never gotten drunk other than that crossfade.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm sorry,
girly
shit. I'm sorry, but
that's okay.
If you've never gotten like drunk, it's going to be very, very difficult for me to explain how I am and how I could possibly not be the world's biggest piece of shit unless you've been drunk. Okay,
no, but I've been around plenty of drunk people, and I can speak that my father, when he was drunk, was obviously a very different person. So I can believe that about you, right? Obviously.
Okay. Tommy, have you?
I think Blade's fun.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Last time I got faced, I had a lot of fun. Everyone had fun. And
yeah.
Shitty.
So like now I will tell you this though, that my worst moments that I've noticed is when I've been on this grind where it's been like several days in a row when I've had a drink. If I can just drink, I'm going to be fun and stupid, and then I will usually take a day off, recover, and just constantly drink water and figure it out and come back to it. But if on these benders, that's when like the really ugliness comes out, I think, and it's not beneficial.
Is that when you like? That's when you like go get frozen peas and throw them at back and shit like that.
No, it's when he blacks out and talks about blacks.
Oh, he just does. He uses the N-word as like a pepper of conversation, from what I've seen.
Yeah, like it's not okay. Honestly, it's bad. I don't want that in my vocabulary. If there was a thing that I could take that out of my vocabulary where I'm drunk, I would do it. Like it. There's obviously clips of me flying around that says the N-word. So you know what I did? I just stopped using it. Like I completely stopped using it. I don't even use it privately anymore
but you're not halfway through 3 days into a bender. What do you know?
That's what you just asked the question. What's worse, drinking or food? I would never say that word in private. I would never say that word, which sounds retarded because I'm saying it in publicly on a live stream. But like a sober or high version of me would never say that word. I get it. It's hurtful. It literally is demeaning an entire race of people. I get that. I don't know why I say it when I'm
Why is it only the N word? Why does every other race just get to fucking escape the
I would like to see
threat of attack?
I would like to see you be an equal opportunity offender, honestly.
Well, I think that right there proves it. It's not that I'm like I hate people. I don't hate people. Okay, I love all people. Like
I got
good
an
and
idea
bad
for you, buddy.
There's good and bad in every single race, gender, creed, everything.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you're only picking out like black people when you're.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm not picking out black people. It's literally. This is what I believe. I believe it's a big taboo no word, and when you're drunk, you're like a toddler, and you do exactly what you're not supposed. Like a brat, you do exactly what you're not supposed to do. I don't know why I say that.
Yeah, but when you were drunk and shitting on me, you didn't default to like an Indian person slur there. You just said I should get raped or something. Like you didn't go like you were racist to me, so you don't hate Indians. I guess even when you are drunk.
Well, that proves it, Muda. I got a question. You say you love people, Blade. You have you love people? You said before all people.
I say the top half of people are pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, but do you love people more than you love the N-word?
Well, actually, I say persons now. Do I love people that love the N-word? I don't love the N-word. I do not love the N-word.
I think you like it. You got to say you like it a little bit, though, right?
Blade, you ever thought about doing content again? Not Call of Duty content, but like document.
Would you say you're an acquaintance with the N-word? You like it's like a sort of a friend? But
like, dude, why don't you make like actually speaking of content, dude, you should make have you ever thought about like making just standard like YouTube content? Maybe not like Call of Duty, but like I don't know.
Because like it sounds like to me
of Jägermeister or something.
Like you need new fans. Like that's the issue. Like you have
all
these
that's
people
why I came on here.
You.
Hi, people.
right.
Oh, you
right? But like it would be so interesting. It'd be so interesting just to document your life, like this trip to Seattle with your mother. Like just document it, like hanging out with your friend and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be super high effort, high edited content, but if people, you got to give people another look, because right now most people's like perception of you is from other people who have nefarious means with their content, because it's all painted in a negative light. So you got to paint the positive light out there yourself.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You've only been asking him negative questions the whole time. That's
because Tommy. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Let him make a positive video in his life. Tell him to like go out to his.
You know what I would do if I was a fan list? You know what I would do if I was a fan list?
I don't fuck around with racist stuff. Like I dislike that. And another thing is like
wings. Stop. Honest question. And I will not interrupt you. Do you think that I'm racist?
This is a 2-part answer. I don't think you're racist when you're sober, because you like a lot of like black culture. You like rap music. You like Jordans. You like basketball. Like there's a lot of black culture ingrained into
so
you.
So does Nick Fuentes. So what?
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, I don't know where Sober Blade ends and Blackout Drunk Blade begins, because
Blackout Drunk.
I know you don't co-sign with the whole like a drunk man says what a sober man thinks, but like from my experience, it's 100% true. So like that's in your psyche and in your heart somewhere, even though it doesn't sit on the surface when you're sober. So that's where I'm at. I'm torn with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave you I gave you a pass before.
I didn't interrupt you. I'll let you say it. So there you go.
I mean, like, did you have any problem with what I said just now?
Well, you're wrong, but I don't have a problem with it. That's like your opinion is wrong, but okay.
This podcast is making me drunk.
I mean, I'll give you a full credit, okay? Like, it's my understanding, I don't drink, barely done it in my life, but it's my understanding that alcohol reduces your inhibitions, right? And we're all, like, afraid of that word. We all don't want to say that word. Even if you're not racist, you feel very uncomfortable with that word in your mouth. Most people do. And so I would imagine there's a scenario where you're not actually racist, just you let go of your inhibitions and you go to a place where I'm just going to do the worst thing I can think of, which is say this uncomfortable word. Do you think it's that?
I personally think it's that.
Wait, so you're saying he's so not racist that when he gets drunk he just says the more racist?
Problem solved. Perfect. Problem solved. Okay, I'll be completely honest. I'm from Seattle. The first 27 years of my life I lived in Seattle. It's a very progressive, safe place.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Type of thing. Okay. Anyways, when I moved to Buffalo to do the Bad Kid show, and I saw the casual racism in Buffalo, where people like just say that word, not even in a hateful, like they literally say, they're like, hey, a bunch of N-words just came by and bought some gas. Like they're not even saying they did anything bad, but they literally say it so openly there. I was fucking shocked by that shit.
I got news for you. They think they're just as progressive as Seattle.
Yeah, I would say Buffalo's a progressive state too. It's in New York.
I mean, no, that's bullshit. New York City is progressive. The rest of New York
no. Buffalo. They see themselves that way too. You know what? So does Boston, the most racist place I've ever been.
I have to say Boston is racist.
It is the most racist place, and they'll all act like they're a bunch of progressive. It's the most racist place on it. You should take an RV trip there and get drunk. It'd be funny as hell.
Maybe you should stream in the most sober town in the United States.
But Blake, the reason I was
that might change.
The reason I harp you so much is I've lost so many people in my life to alcohol, and you're going down that road. And I personally think that you're already past the point of no return with this. I think at this point in your life, you're a dead man.
Let's
walking.
go.
Yeah,
Let's
your liver
that's the thing.
Irreversibly damaged.
You can't say it like that, Wings. You can't be like, I really wish the best for you. Also,
I didn't say I wish the best for him. I'm giving him the reason why I'm going so hard on him.
I want to drink
is because of like I've seen how bad this life he's leading is. And like it seems like every other day I'm looking at a clip where he's done something blackout drunk. And it's like, dude,
content.
You're such an awesome dude. When the first time I met you, like content be what it is, dude. You're going to live a shortened life because of this content, and like it's not. Why do it to yourself?
You know what's so fucking wild? Like, as somebody outside of the situation, sorry to cut it off. The last time I ever saw you two on a stream together, ever in a show, the roles were reversed. Wings, you were having a fucking bad moment, and Blade was the therapist. Like fucking 11 years ago.
No, literally. No. I saw this live. Dude, I saw this confrontation live. Literally, Wing. Dude, man, I loved Wings. Wings, I'm genuinely a Wings of Redemption fan. I think he is funny. I think he is hilarious. He is a podcast machine. He needs to run up the podcast game. I'm not even joking. I love Wingo. Like, so many people that would just like jade and tilt like the fucking world, but man, Wingo's hilarious, bro. No kizzy on the block about that one. Oh, fuck, man. Sheesh. Oh. Sorry. I thought I deleted the crowd. I didn't get.
Here's the thing, though. Like, okay, you're talking about white boy. Like, no other commentator makes videos or talks on Twitter about how many views they did this month.
Well, like White Boy has Kelly to talk to.
It's on your mind, but that's got to be old for people listening to it.
I'm gonna talk. I know I shouldn't do Twitter. I've even contemplated deleting my Twitter many a times because it would actually help my channel. But the fact is, I don't really have anybody to vent to. Like you know, Woody has Jackie. You know, Alex has Kelly. Blade has Keemstar.
Yeah. You think being friends with him relieves stress? You really think that's what's going on?
You know what's weird? In that, two guys that are killing themselves, eating themselves to death. Make it three. Three guys that are killing themselves, eating themselves to death, lecturing an alcoholic. That's funny, and that is content.
Yeah, but like the thing with me and Boogie is like we've made strives to try to change our ways. Like Blade is like hammering down and said like let me just figure out where in the bottle of Jaeger I can be at to be at the honey hole.
So did Blade says the same thing you do.
You were friends with Boogie. You talked to Boogie. You guys did this whole thing. You know each other. You don't know me, Wings. Wings. You and I were both overweight Call of Duty commentators. The Machinima run back in 2009, 2010. Then after that, COD kind of went to shit, and then you started being on the internet to the internet. They started being like, that's a fat dude that raises a Call of Duty, and then they started going to me, that's a drunk dude that just gets hammered. Besides that, we don't have. Besides that, Wings, like I don't personally think that I would ever hang out with you, like in a social setting. Outside of that, that's where we go. We just don't see eye to eye on stuff. That's all.
I mean, that's fine. I'm an introvert.
Will you hang out? Hey, Brian,
we not see eye to eye on.
Just normal outlook on stuff, on how things are, like how things should be done. I don't know.
We'll hang out.
But I'm not talking about drinking. Okay, like put that out of the thing. Like I drink for stream. I make money from donations off stream. Besides that, I don't drink outside of stream. There you go. Okay.
Do you think you're just in general more entertaining than Wings, Boogie, and anyone?
I can't speak for Boogie. I don't know what Boogie's content is, so I can't speak on that.
It's pretty boring. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But and then honestly, like
start drinking, Boogie.
I'm sub to Wings, right? I'm sub to Wings, and when I go into his channel, he's always like at the bottom of the scoreboard, and it's not entertaining. Me drunk, I could be at the top of the scoreboard with a knife. Yeah, I'm more 30 and 30. Huh?
Are you better Call of Duty player than Wings?
No, because I only knife. I just take an exploit in the game that I use an overpowered thing. I just knife. That's it.
And my lobbies are
but you're at the top of the board, and you just said he's at like the bottom three.
Different lobbies.
Wings. Do you think you could beat him in a 1v1?
Like my lobbies are full of pro players. His lobby's full of like dudes that smoke weed and listen to music in their mic.
Okay, if we set up a game right now, Call of Duty between you two, who would win in a 1v1?
He's not gonna do 1v1s ever since that whole thing back in the day. That whole thing back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh. He ain't wrong.
Sorry for bringing. I literally said that you're not gonna do that because of the whole thing. The whole thing.
Wings, did you spawn in?
I broke my controller.
You broke your controller?
Yeah, keep fucking laughing, you fucking faggot.
Oh, Wings, I think you are. I know it's
no, don't suck. Fucking shit.
Yeah, we've all been there, man.
Fuck you. Fuck. Why the fuck you stream that shit?
It was your idea.
No, I didn't say stream it. I'm saying you ain't wrong. I don't 1v1 because like it's no benefit to me.
Exactly. Exactly.
You don't want to get bogged down, do you?
What if we put $1,000 on the line? Whoever wins gets $1,000.
You putting it up?
Ooh.
Can I
put it up, Muda? You got Muda. You're actually rich.
Can I use a knife?
I mean,
the whole time?
I don't know. Who's gonna?
You stepped in it.
Since college.
I mean, let's get a pro to set the rules.
Okay, since Call of Duty 4, I have like every once in a while I might go on my shooting account, but I've never like got past like level like 10. I'm not familiar with Call of Duty guns. I just knife people. Honestly, the reason why I started...
I would honestly be so excited to put up $1,000 if you guys do COD 4 Bog once again.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Are you kidding me?
Because I'm like saying, like I'm sort of thinking, like you're using the knife. I just use the haymaker. It completely counters it.
Yeah.
If I had, you say that now. You said that the Syndicate and you lost.
Right, I lost because the setting.
Can I say this? First off, I'm not a pro player. I've never claimed that, and I'm a very casual player. Okay. The thing that one of the reasons why I started uploading videos to YouTube of me playing Call of Duty with only using a knife is because of people like Wings that get so agitated at a video game. It's a fucking video game. Once I turned off my Xbox or PlayStation, I'm out doing stuff, hanging out with friends, getting drunk, and whatever. But
I believe you, but I'm fascinated. I wonder if you could beat. I would really. I feel
like you guys should have
won. What's the game?
I mean, me and Blade have 1v1'd already before.
What's the game?
What's the game, Wings?
Me and Blade already 1v1 before the Billionaire's Bash.
Forget that. We don't have Alki David here.
I probably got
10 years ago.
You did. You got 2 kills.
Okay, so but here's what I'm saying though. It wouldn't even depend. Okay, if me and another person, like a casual player, would go on like shipment and on COD 4 and go knife only, the person that would win wouldn't be the better skilled player. It'd be the person with the connection. So we're talking about, and then if I go against someone who has thumbs and
we should make it a land then. We should make it a land then.
Well, I'm not using
forget all that stuff. It's like you guys. I'm just asking plainly. 1v1. You guys gotta. Who do you think would win? Because I want to see this action.
I'll be honest.
I want to see this go on.
Okay, Wings would win if he's using guns because all I know how to do is knife. Wings would win. That's facts.
You can't use a gun in COD at all?
I mean, I could probably.
If it was COD 4,
I don't like Call of Duty. We can do the current.
The current Call of Duty? Okay, all right.
I mean, I don't really want to do this to begin with, but like $1,000 is $1,000.
Bro, I mean, $1,000.
I swear to God,
it's Christmas time.
I'm gonna stop you guys right there. Like I said, I'm a realistic person. If it's Wings using guns, I only know how to use a knife. He'd smoke me. There you go. So Wings, you are better at Call of Duty than me.
I did try to make this point because like being good at Call of Duty means in fucking real life. Like it's all about being entertaining. Like that's what it means. Like because there's always somebody better than you. Just like there's always a faster car than you. Like I even go so far as say beating people in 1v1s means you're good at 1v1s.
Yeah,
well, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, like every car you get, there's always a car that's faster than your car.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Let's go back to Gucci's.
I was just about to talk about that.
Okay, we're gonna bring out Coach. Well, let me kind of set it up for you a little bit.
Okay.
A couple years ago, you were seen going back into a van, and with Gucci's when she was sleeping. You were accused of sexual assault, and there's this sort of video of I don't know what's going on. I mean, it could be the car bouncing for all I know. But the interesting thing was. You were kind of vindicated by the police department. They decided not to charge you.
And then to think that like he never got charged just because like it didn't happen. No, it actually did happen. I just didn't fucking charge him. Like what the f***? I hate Bjorn and I hate your wit.
It's like 2:30 there, though.
I don't give a fuck. Call Gucci's.
What do you want to say, Gucci's?
I'll rape her again, rape her again, rape her again.
Oh my God, you did not just say that shit.
But you did end up talking to Chris Hansen.
Yes.
What was your thoughts?
Well,
when you decide, like you ever ask yourself, like, oh my God, I'm talking about Chris Hansen, and it's not about catching a predator.
It's like I wanted to clear my name because I didn't do anything.
Sure.
I wanted to clear my name. That's the entire thing.
And the cops kind of did.
Was that the blackout drunk where you just didn't know what you were doing?
No, I wasn't drunk. That's the thing. I wasn't drunk. I was not drunk at all. I was a little tired, but I wasn't drunk. I didn't do anything to her. I went back and slept next to her.
Because I remember there was some dude telling you not to do that, like over and over again, and you're like pushing him off.
No, you're thinking of Bjorn. I don't think that happened.
No. Like there was a dude that literally said, "Hey, don't do that, Blade. Don't do it, Blade." Blade's like, "No, it's cool, man. It's cool. And then he goes and does it anyway.
I went back and we were on an RV. It was bouncy as. I go back and sleep. Wake up to the internet thinking I'm a rapist. I try to clear my name. Now, one interesting thing about that is, I went to the police and literally went there on my own accord, no lawyer, talked to them, told them what happened,
made mistakes.
I don't really think it's a mistake because I didn't do anything. Like I was never.
What did you tell the? You were asked an interesting. You were asked a really important question during that time. You were asked if you asked if they were going to find any DNA on your DNA back there, and you gave them an answer. You thought they would. Do you remember what you told them?
Okay, there was at one point when everyone was off the RV, and I hadn't jerked off in a while, so I jerked off with no one in the RV.
What? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So
do you know the results of this?
So let me clear this. Like you wake up, you get accused of rape, and then like all this thing. So like at the end of the day, you're like, man, this fucking sucks. Let me go beat off in the place I was accused.
No.
of
The beat off thing happened days before that.
Oh, okay. So time.
Did they find your DNA there, or did you never find out? What was the final?
We never found out.
Never found. They just decided not to charge you.
Yeah.
Did the cops tell you to stay in town while they did the investigation?
No, they literally when they were looking at the stuff and like first off she went in and talked to them and then after I went and talked to them they were laughing about the situation. And then fast forward 2 years after that. There was another RV going on, and then I had purchased my RV, and we crossed paths, and she said she was sorry for all the bullshit. And we actually, that was during the whole Andy Dick thing, but she actually stayed in my RV for a month after that. And
probably because Andy Dick was there. She thought she was safer with you than Andy Dick.
Andy Dick's a
I
reconnected with her. And to try to like put it behind me because I'm not a hateful person, even though I was fucking pissed that she had gotten convinced. She didn't believe herself. She got convinced by other people that something happened when nothing did happen. And so I forgave her for that. And then we actually did streams together for like a month and a half. So
your bond of alcohol with Go Cheese cleared this whole terrible situation up.
No,
is that what you're saying?
The thing. Me, like, when Gucci's drinks, she's a fucking handful. When I drink, I'm a handful. If Gucci's and I were drinking, were to drink at the same time, the RV would probably be on fire. Like, it's just not a.
Donos! Oh, jeez.
All right, in a group of people, when they're drinking, there's always the drunkest one. And then whenever that happens, usually the other people that are getting drunk have to be like, oh, shit, I got to take care of this person. Very rarely is there two people completely out of their mind in a group setting.
What is your relationship with the streaming legend Bjorn?
I love Bjorn.
You love Bjorn?
Mm-hmm.
Is he back in? He's in Denmark. He's in Denmark now. Is it true that he was? I guess he was on some kind of disability or something like that, but he used the disability money from Denmark to travel the world and stuff. And eventually got caught.
I believe he did get caught. I think he had to go to either jail or pay it back. So
wow. I want to believe you with the Gucci's thing. Like if we were to ask her today, that's what she would say.
Mm-hmm.
We had her on the show.
Yeah. He's telling the truth about them getting back.
All right. Well, then I owe you an apology because I was going into this. I was utterly convinced that's something you did.
And the cops. You know what? The reason why I asked you earlier, like, have I attacked you? I'm not mad at you for believing that because that was your first impression of me. I'm just saying, get to know me and we'll go from there. So.
Okay.
I thought you were fucked. I thought you were screwed. I think I did a stream on it.
I thought you were when you drunk and drive on stream. I'm like, how is that not like? evidence the cops could use against you. Because
No,
you might not know
probably have to
this
catch 'em
about
in
me,
the act.
Blake, but like I have these trolls that would go on TikTok for a while, and they would like pretend to be me. They would like use a soundboard or like video clips, and they would go to like people and like say, "I'm going to rape your child," or or they go to military guys and say like, when you get deployed, I'm going to come here and go to your house and rape your children and stuff like that. Why had the cops come to my house about this, right? And this cop, granted, he was rookie, real young, fresh out the academy.
I'm going to stop you right there,
accusing me.
Wings. I'm going to stop you right there, Wings. Don't talk about it. I have shitty people that are trying to ruin my life too. But if I try not to talk about it because that's what they want. They're literally sitting there like, oh,
They
Wings
never.
is talking about me.
Then they would have nothing to talk about. Jesus,
Yeah, I mean,
it's like asking you not to drink.
But you,
come on.
I just don't see how like they use that against me. Like did you escape legislation from that?
Legislation?
Like
no, there's not.
What word am I looking for here?
Prosecution was the word you were looking for.
Yeah, prosecution.
Okay. If you're
pulled
if
over,
you're
that's
wanting
what
me
happened.
to like somehow justify.
No, I'm not trying to justify. I'm saying like did you?
He wants to know how you beat it.
How did the cops not show up to your door when you had video evidence?
Yeah, very important stuff for the viewers to know.
I mean, I drove around my neighborhood, came back, shut it off. Doesn't make it okay. Deleted VOD.
I mean, like you didn't really come. Didn't Beck have to come save you?
Shit, dude.
Like, I've already said like that's not cool. That's inexcusable.
Right.
One of the things about here's the thing. One of the things about drinking that is that it's fine if you're doing it and you're hurting yourself. It's not cool when it affects others like family members or the public. Driving drunk is fucking inexcusable. It should never, ever, ever happen.
Correct. And I want to say this, Blade. It's not a Blade issue I have with you. It's a drunk driving issue. Like if Destiny was on here, I would give him the same hassle.
Okay.
Destiny,
that's right.
I'm telling you that
I remember that.
I'm telling you it should never happen, especially the day of Ubers and Lyfts. Before I drink, I go, okay, do I need to be anywhere? If I do I have a Lyft or an Uber ready? Where am I staying? Like cross off all those things.
It sounds like you need a stream handler, honestly, because like if you had just had somebody that just doesn't drink.
The thing is, if you know it's wrong, why did it even happen? I guess is what
he has a stream handler, a bunch of drunks.
Well, I'm just saying, just a sober person to be on stream with you.
No, honestly, I had that, and it was fucking great, but it ruined my relationship. Beck was my fucking caregiver handler. Beck would
but she was drunk sometimes too.
She got drunk like 3
too,
times, dude.
I'm only
He's not an alcoholic.
Okay, well, I'm telling you right now, she during our relationship, she has maybe had like 3 or 4 times where she actually had some drinks. She doesn't drink. She had never drank until she met me, and she drank like 3 or 4 times in a 3.5-year relationship.
Was she drunk when she gave you was she drunk when you gave you a blowjob on stream?
You made it fun.
Yes, she was.
Oh, because I was just 1 to 3. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, dude, like there's literally like maybe a handful, 3 or 4, I don't know, but she's not a drinker at all, like at all.
Okay. Well,
but the clips are going to make you think that she's like some sort of. Oh, and also she was working a fucking full-time job and then had to come home and deal with Lit Romney. Like you said, you've been around drunk people. They are paying the.
Who's Lit Romney?
I don't like being around drunk people. They want to be touchy and feely, and they want to get in your personal space.
Who's touchy and feely with you?
Every drunk it doesn't matter. Like I used to deliver pizza when I was a young man, and like you go deliver pizza to bars, they want to like hug you and like want to put money in your pocket and shit like that. And it's like, I'm good.
Well, if people want to hug me and put money in my pocket, I'm down. What's up? Sign me up.
Yeah. Oh, don't listen to these guys. They're a bunch of fucking prudes.
I'm an introvert. I hate people. Like if I could put a gate around my house and put a machine gun turret in front of it, I'd do it.
I've always had social anxiety, and so like like crowds have been an issue. I've gotten better with it, but the one place I still feel like overwhelmingly uncomfortable in is literally any bar. I just cannot handle drunk people.
I'm literally going to a bar after this.
Cigarette smoke.
All right, Blade. I think you've been tortured enough. I kind of want to start. I want to drink with you one of these days. I think that would be a riot.
By the way, you try to ask what Lit Romney is. Lit Romney is my drunk, blackout drunk. I call it Lit.
Okay, that's your alter ego.
Yeah.
All right, Blade. You've been beyond a good sport.
Thanks.
I wish this podcast probably been a lot better if you showed up drunk. I'll be perfectly honest with you. So thank you everybody for being a part.
I don't drink for free. I'm sorry.
They didn't want to go my idea. They didn't want to go to my idea. My idea was to send you a bottle of Jaeger in advance and then give you another bottle after you finish the podcast.
I don't blame you at all. That's a smart answer. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of Locale Live, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Shit, it's over. We're only like an hour in. Hour 20.
This video is sponsored by Brooklyn.
So we finally got the season finale.
So if you thought the completionist career wasn't done already,
So we finally got this season finale.
This just seals the deal. This is the final nail in the completionist career's coffin, which already had the final nail in it. They're just really making sure that this coffin stays closed. Let's get into it. Skip it up and that up. So first off, I forget to give shout outs and it's terrible. Shout out to Larry Bundy Jr. Shout out to Jay, my editor. Shout out to Smash JT. They all sent me this information and my jaw was hitting the ground. If you know that reference, you're an OG. And we already know the situation with the completionist. Said he was donating to a bunch of charities in the name of his mother, who sadly passed away from dementia years ago. He said the money was going to all these different places. It wasn't. On top of it, too, he was even saying bits and merchandise and cheers were like going to donations for dementia research. They weren't. It's a career-ending move. Look, everyone makes derps doing this. We're humans. We're public figures, and you're going to make mistakes. But this is not a mistake. This is beyond a mistake. You're telling people that hundreds of thousands of dollars are going to a good cause, and they weren't. Well, here is a audio clip that was leaked by Carl Jobst, where essentially the completionist was, it sounded like he at least was thinking about bribing Muda and Carl, but then he goes, yeah, that might be illegal. It would be. And he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go into the guilt trip. I have a bunch of mouths to feed and the whole thing. Anyway, listen to it. It will literally make you cringe. I hate that word. It's used too much, but this is a valid use of that word. Just listen. Jesus Christ.
The last thing I want to do is ruin the legacy of my family, of my mom and her memory, especially because this is such a personal thing for the last 25 years of my life. I'm not trying to be like, do you guys want money to help me hide this? It's not what this is at all. I'm just asking from a humanity perspective of like, if I am the target of this, I have 20 mouths to feed. I have sponsors. I have a business. I'm trying to make video games. I'm trying to get out of content creation so I don't have to worry about YouTube anymore and do better things in the world. And I just know, because of my track record of things like G4 exploding, me being friends with JonTron when he was a racist, I've been a part of Pro Jared, pulling one thread about the charity thing is going to upheave my entire life in a way that scares the living crap out of me. And I don't want to go home tonight and tell everyone, hey, there is a gigantic thing coming to claim my career and you all have to close down and find somewhere else to do. I know this is shitty me to say this. I'm not trying to ask for sympathy or anything, but this kind of stuff I mean, I've been following your guys' stuff for years. The stuff with Billy Mitchell, Carl, the stuff that you've done, Muda, with tons of content creators over the years. Like, there's no nuance to this. People are going to see this, and they're going to immediately go, that Gerard guy who's been nice to a bunch of people actually isn't very nice overall. Him, let's get rid of him.
What's amazing to me there, even though he kind of hinted, he's like, hey, I don't want to offer you money. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. I'll admit it, but I'm going to indirectly say it's on the table. I got bad news for you, especially Muda. He doesn't need your money, Gerard. I'm sure Carl does very well with his videos too. They don't need your money. They're not going to ruin their credibility for you throwing them a few thousand. Jesus Christ. So that alone, like, if everything else didn't happen and you just heard this would be career ending. Okay. And it just shows such a different side of Gerard, which I was saying to Jay before I started filming this, hopefully people will stop looking at these super jolly, happy personas, whether it be a man or a woman. And I'm not saying not be professional, but there's always a different person behind the scenes. And here's a perfect example of it. So instead of still trying to own up to the fact that, look, I screwed up and all the different things that he should be accountable for, he's like, look, please, man, feel bad for me. I have other people that work for me. I have mouths to feed. Help me, please. Don't, like, I'm not offering money, but I did say it. I'm not trying to bribe you, but I'm not trying to offer money, but it could be a thing that's on the table if someone here says the magic word to me. And just to show you, too, how long this ruse has been going on. This is from earlier this year when we know definitely everything was suspect and going down with the completion of the Open Hand Foundation. And someone said this to him. Aren't you already donating $21,000 or 21,000 pounds, I should say, worth of video games? Preservation is a decent cause, but come on, there's real people suffering out there, and you have the power to help them. I don't mean to poop on your parade, but it just seems wasteful at this point. And this is what Gerard said. This is April 14th, 2023. Just had to double check the date. I raised a combined total of nearly $600,000 to $750,000 a year for various charities. Doctors Without Borders, American Heart Association, Dementia Research and Treatment, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I'm helping people all the time. Help is help, my dude. Everyone's suffering or needing aid every day. I'm one person using my platform to help as many people as I can. And we know for a fact that was a lie because money was just sitting in an account until Muda and Carl came forward and put pressure for the money to go somewhere. Their excuse was we were waiting for the right place to send the money to. And then magically after Muda and Carl released videos, a couple weeks later, they found a place to donate the money to. Man, that was fast. And you're saying total combined $600,000 to $750K a year to various charities? Where's all that? Where'd that go? You got an answer for that? Dude, this rabbit hole is getting deeper and deeper and deeper every day. And look, like Carl said, and I believe Muda said it as well, you want to donate directly to the charity. Don't donate to some middleman for whatever reason so they can give it to the charity. You want to donate to cancer research? You donate to a cancer research place. You want to donate to dementia research? You donate directly to dementia research. Like Carl said, this was all goodwill to be like, man, Completionist is great. We should start following him and watching his videos and his normal live streams. We should be there and give him bits and super chats and donations depending on where he was. So it was kind of like a good guy advertisement, as Carl put it, for Gerard. Yeah, okay, you, well, maybe, didn't directly benefit from the money, but you did benefit from the clout the goodwill got you, which indirectly made you money. I don't know any other way to put it, and I know people are still white knighting for this guy, but he's a two-faced scumbag who just knew how to play it up for the camera. And one other thing I almost forgot to mention, which is funny, all those other things you said, like what happened with G4, that wasn't on you. What happened with Pro Jared, which ended up being a nothing burger anyway, who cares that you were affiliated with that? And the words out of JonTron's mouth are his own words. They aren't yours. Yeah, people like to do the guilty by association thing, but those are nowhere near the level of what you did here, Gerard. It's kind of even weird you brought them up. It's kind of like you don't have a moral compass to know the severity of something that you did. So it's like, oh, all those things are bad too. So this is kind of like them. No, this is much different. Those are nothing burgers. This is career ending. It says a lot about you that you would lump those in with this, but I don't know, just some food for thought. Anyway, make sure to sub to my live stream channel, RTU Streams. Make sure to sub to my music channel, Il Capo, links below in the description. Yes, I do make good beats, even though I have cucumbers in front of me and birds. Check out my music. I'm a man. This is Richard Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. And don't judge a book by its cover. Hey, that kind of ties into my music. Everyone thought Gerard was happy and jolly. He's a turd. You may think my beats suck because I have cucumbers and birds. My beats may be fire. Don't look at me and judge my product. Don't look at someone else and think they're the nicest person on the planet. Because behind the scenes, they could be doing very shady things. Like Gerard. Have a good one.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding.
Beat 'em ups is an ass-kissing, opportunistic fraud. That's the video. That's it. Just, you could just stop it here. Or you could roll the intro. Skip it up and that up. So, Woodhawker, or Beat 'em ups, one of the most disingenuous people, well, close to one of the most disingenuous people on YouTube, has not been a fan of me for a while. Because he is a narcissist who is in love with himself. The first run-in I've had with Wood, he may have disliked me before this, but he definitely disliked me after, is when he got kicked from the ambassador program and Jay used a picture that he had public that he used for a thumbnail himself. He took that image, obviously made his own thumbnail, where Wood was crying. This is a picture that was seen by hundreds of millions, if not a million people by now, but when we used it for a thumbnail, he wasn't okay with it. Okay, that's, you know, because it's not like my picture that puts me in an unflattering light is not used almost on a daily basis. But, you know, when you have an ego as big as him and as fragile as his, that's what you could, that something that small could put you on his shit list. Now, there's a lot of people, I've had a nuanced take on Gerard, the completionist, where I've essentially pissed off both sides. I have said that I applaud both Mutahar and Carl for exposing the completionist for lying essentially to his audience for years upon years that he was actively sending money and what he got in donations and bits, and when he got to the Open Hand Foundation to dementia research actively, but was not doing it. But I also said at the same time, admittedly, that that initial video essentially ended the completionist's career. And when they came out with other videos and there was some oopsies in it, even though they were minor, it gives the fanboys of the completionists and everyone else ammunition to question the validity of the claims of Mutahar and Carl. That was my take on it, okay? I still hold to that take, and I still think the one video that both Mutahar and Carl Jobs made in the beginning would have been damning enough. Okay, I've beaten that point to death. Let's move on. So the completionist, Gerard, both on Twitter and on YouTube, put up a response, which was awful, to both Muta and to Carl. And of course, everyone who is a brown noser is coming out, which we'll talk more about in the other video I have regarding Carl Jobs' new video. Basically saying anyone questioning this is just a drama YouTuber. And who do you think was in there to brown nose and shove their nose deep up Gerard's ass? Woodhawker Beat 'em ups. He also was kissing Jeff Keighley's ass and telling him how great the Game Awards were this year. Were your eyes closed and were you sleeping? Maybe you dreamed of a different Game Awards than the one that was actually being displayed. Oh, you're just kissing ass once again. So what Woodhawker did here, and then I'm going to show you how he works, by the way. He literally does clickbait. People say that I'm a clickbaiter. No, this guy straight up lies to you and goes like, oh, I added a question mark, so it's fine in his title. Well, first off, he replies back with, which I'm surprised he even did this because he tries to seem as G-rated as possible to kiss people's asses. Woodhawker responds with, what a surprise, drama YouTubers just looking to make up drama. The money was in the account, Wood. The money was there. What drama was being made up? If he was saying he was actively donating, he was saying that this money was going places and it was sitting in an account, he lied. It sat there for a decade and just accumulated and lost value due to inflation. That's it, Wood. His career's over. Stop kissing his ass. It's not a good look for you. But this is also what they do too, and Carl said it in his video. I know I'm kind of losing my mind right now. Is they don't want anyone in their group, in their boys club, I'll call it, to be defamed, because if one of them loses their credibility, it makes them lose opportunities. It also makes them all look bad because they're supposed to be the professionals. They're supposed to be the elite group, the big happy family, even though behind the scenes they all want to rip each other's throats out. Jay will talk about that in a sequel to this video. But they want to have the at least the veneer that they're the ones that are kind, like friends per second. A lot of people got on me about that because I made fun of the name of the podcast, but it's so forced and it's so phony and it's so fake. Are you gonna tell me Gerard's not fake right now? Well, I just wanted to show one other thing about Wood, just so you know his MO. Keep in mind, this comment got me suspended from Twitter, by the way. The same site that basically has turned into a softcore adult site. I don't know how free I could use words on YouTube yet. I know they lax their rules. But me saying this to Wood was a bridge too far. I wonder who actually reported this tweet. It probably was one of his fans. Seriously, all kidding aside. But I said, hey, beat 'em ups, Wood. Weren't you just complaining about clickbait drama YouTubers? Okay, he didn't say clickbait, but still, would you kindly, that was a line from BioShock I tried to use there, be a little witty. I think it fell on deaf ears. Go suck Gerard's thing. I don't take any of it back, because that's metaphorically what he's doing. And then take a look at his thumbnail. Now, we know that the rumors are out there about the Nintendo Switch 2, and things are ramping up. So instead of saying that he was sent a device to review, instead of saying the Lenovo Go is amazing, just like Dave 2D, who's a wildly more successful YouTuber than Wood will ever be, he doesn't clickbait with his stuff. Why are you saying that you have I was sent the Nintendo Switch 2? You know you weren't. You were sent the Lenovo Go. You know that you weren't. And you do this all the time, too. There's another video here, and I just looked him up. I was sent a $1,400 Nintendo Switch Pro, and there you didn't even put a question mark. So you tricked your audience, and you got over 860,000 views telling them that you had a Nintendo Switch Pro in your hands. And I was an Aya Neo Next. I was sent that thing. These guys are all fake, two-faced ass kissers, man. And this is why a lot of people say, Rich, you're very negative on Twitter. Rich, I'm just so... I love gaming, but there's a group of people in it, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're just fake and two-faced. Look, I'm a dick. I know I'm a dick. I know I could be confrontational. I know it, but you know what? I don't try to hide any of it. I don't go in front of the camera, hi guys, I'm just happy and everything's swell. Because it's just so fake and it's just so saccharine. But they're all into that. Why? Because that's where you get the sponsors. It's where you get the money. That's where it all comes from. The more you're willing to play ball, the more you're rewarded. I like money too, and I'm not sitting here trying to pontificate with that. But I'd rather make the money being me during live streams, which we're live streaming tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We are having a DSP Gaming Project 7 marathon. But I'd rather make my money that way than be fake like these frauds. By the way, I have a music channel too, and I make pretty banging beats. There's also a link to that below in the description. Don't judge a book by its cover. This is actually an example of that too, because the people that you think are nice, a lot of times, are the worst people behind closed doors. Wait till Jay comes on for the part 2 about beat 'em ups. It's gonna be a doozy. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. See you on my live stream channel at 6 p.m. It's gonna be a blast.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you.
Finale of the show where Adam would be giving away his wife for the second time. In the last episode, Crip Mac had taken a steady lead as the fan favorite to get the job done, as he went around terrorizing both the audience and the competition at the very same time.
I want to bust that coochie in the you want to get it down?
No.
Get it down.
Wait, no. This is like a mutual thing. Like we're...
No. I want to bust her coochie in the We're going to get you out of the situation.
Did you guys know this man recently got locked up?
I'm in good spirits. Guess what? I'm not going to get life. If anything, I'll get 3 to 5 years, probably, or a little more.
On the hood. Neighborhood. We got to get you some conjugal visits. We're going to find some big booty.
You'll send them up in here.
I mean, hey, if this is the legacy he's gonna leave on the world, then so be it. But free that man Crip Mac. Either way, the show only gets more and more cuck-oriented.
Bro. I'm so gassed for this, man. Like, 250. One more Pokemon than we've the Kanto and Johto decks equivalent done. That's gonna be Eontic. I'm gonna look for a cheat code.
Now, I'm
Actually, bro, I'm retarded. I forgot. PKX, well. I'm disabled, technically. Yeah. Sorry, I only have to use that for Ruby Sapphire Leaf Green shit. On hood. We gotta open up. Naval Rock.
as it goes on, as in the next challenge these guys give her a table dance while Adam watches on.
I get to see how they're gonna perform in front of my husband. He's like right next to me.
And I think this one guy was actually there to try and hook up with Adam, as he comes in with a thong on.
I love a man in a thong.
Smell him.
Yeah, where is it? He's got a nice musk.
Wonderful smell.
The French really know how to do it.
Honestly, I think Adam was into it.
There was a thong involved. I saw a lot of booty.
There was a thong. I don't know if you liked it as much as I liked it, but I liked the thong.
Hey, yo,
I liked the gyrate, the hips, the mask. Kind of had a little weird type vibe going, you know?
Then a guy named Little D comes in and really shows her how it's done.
He picked Lena up. He brought her over to the couch.
I just know my heart rate is off the charts. Like, there is no way that anyone shot my heart rate through the roof more than him.
Pound town. And this is when the serious meat watching literally begins.
Do you want the guy with the biggest? Can we see their? Is that possible? Monica, can you ask them?
So they slowly come out there one by one to show them what they're working with. And this man Adam is just straight up bone hawking over here.
I've seen this one in the movies before.
That is like an elephant trunk.
Look how many veins there are.
She wants a slice of the baguette.
That thing was huge.
Massive.
Wow.
So as I'm swinging there in front of Adam and Lena, I could see the look on Adam's face, and I don't think he was quite ready for what I had to bring.
Does it often not fit?
As I'm swinging there in front of Adam and Lena is a crazy sentence. Can we just acknowledge how insane this entire series is? Like, generations of Adam's descendants will look on in horror as they watch this years back from now. I'm talking about like in the year 2080, his great-great-great-grandson is gonna be getting made fun of for this. And shout out to Crib Mac for refusing to show off his piece.
It's for her. It's for her. I swear.
Hey.
3 years. I've known you 3 years. Now it's time you show me your. So I choked that motherfucker. I grabbed him and choked him. That's when he said, no. I mean, my wife wants to see it. Strange, Adam.
And this is when they eliminate the Thong Man as well as Crib Mac.
You, Adam.
We all knew this was going to happen from the start. I mean, hell, Adam even said this when discussing the show.
She wants Crip Mac to be the one to f her?
I was kind of saying the opposite, but there are people on the show that I think that she would be very happy if they won. And there are people on the show who I think realistically she might jump off of a local bridge if they won.
Now in the end, they end up choosing Little D as the man to get the job done.
And the person who's gonna f my wife is Lil D.
You gotta stop playing with me.
Should we go upstairs right now?
I'm with it. I don't give a f.
Let's do it.
He just won. Let him touch it.
I gotta be the husband of the year. Let me tell you, I am the one.
And I will say, this has all been an absolute masterclass in digital marketing and selling this product, which just happened to be his wife. From a moral standpoint, I could not disagree more with the premise. But there is something to be said about Adam's ability to garner as many impressions as possible and continue to make millions of dollars off of degeneracy.
That was his wedding outfit.
Yeah.
That was his suit from his wedding, yeah.
I think different shoes for the wedding.
We in your marriage outfits?
Well, my tux, but obviously I had taken the tux off by the time we went to.
Yeah.
I mean, once you've crossed a certain line in the name of money, I guess there is really no going back. How will this affect him and his family in the long run? I do not know. And so obviously the scene has actually come out at this point. I will say, when it comes to the internet in general, it really didn't make a sizable splash compared to the first scene where it was like all anyone could talk about, and I do think the novelty of her being with another man has really just kind of run its course. I didn't really see any memes about this. I mean, there were people talking about how during the act, Adam actually did a fist bump with this guy, which is just insane behavior. I mean, that should be a criminal offense. But that was really all I saw circulating the web when it came to this film. Now, obviously, with this being a big moment in him and his wife's career, he has been going on a bit of a press run just like he did the first time. And in doing that, he ended up going on this whatever podcast, which I think is pretty much like a diet fresh and fit.
You said the reason, the value.
$1 million, and so us doing that was probably the greatest windfall of money that we ever got from doing anything, and it was relatively painless for it.
I mean, how do you guys feel about that, with him like suffering now with the public scrutiny and then maybe just eventually completely wiping himself from the internet, selling off his business for X amount of dollars, and then we just never see or hear from Adam again? Is that so bad? Or are you of the mindset like the internet is forever? And like I said earlier, do you think that what he's doing now is going to affect his family for generations to come?
Are you concerned about your child? I believe she's a daughter, right?
Mhm.
I have a daughter. I just gave birth a couple months ago. Do you ever worry that one day she'll see this content, and maybe would you want her to be doing content like this? Is this something that would make you proud as a father to a young daughter?
I think every parent wants to see their offspring do better than them. So for sure, I wouldn't like to see her, just sort of default to that just because she knows that her parents did it. But as far as if one day she's an adult and she decides that she wants to do whatever, I know a lot of girls who make a shitload of money on and don't even show their. So I can't just look at OnlyFans as a profession and say like, oh, that would be a hideous way for my offspring to earn a living one day, but I certainly wouldn't be encouraging it.
Yeah,
And that's kind of the point where he has really boxed himself in. It's just that when it comes to a level of degeneracy that his entire life is on, you really have no room to talk badly almost about anything else. Because when you're to the point where you've sold like the most prized thing in your life, your partner, for like the highest bidder, morally, you just really have no grounds to stand on. Now, I will say this positive thing about Adam. Okay, when this whole cuck arc first came around, a lot of the criticism was centered around, well, how is this going to affect your kid? I said in a video that it was just strange to me that when I'm looking at Adam's Instagram story, I could see videos of him playing with his kid perfectly fine. And then on the very next story, I'm seeing all of this explicit material involving him and various women. And something about that obviously just doesn't sit right with people. And so I think ever since detractors started coming forward with these talking points, he has decided to change his tune when it comes to his kid and be a little bit more adamant about protecting her. I don't believe they show her or her face online anymore, and I think that was the right choice. Because at one time they were trying to do like the whole family arc thing. I think that his girl had like a mom Instagram page. I think they had like a family vlog channel. And just the two things cannot really coincide.
You wouldn't say it's beautiful.
Well, I don't. Obviously, no. I would not call it beautiful, though.
So wouldn't you want better for your own wife? Yeah, I mean, she is selling her body online to random men, and I don't know.
Images of her body, yeah.
I mean, yeah, images of
well,
her
when
body.
Jason Love shows up, the body itself is going.
Well, yeah, they had a good time on set that day.
And so throughout this podcast, this woman and this man were steadily applying pressure to Adam.
Like, you hang around a lot of the blats, right? So you know what we do.
His wife does.
Yeah.
Well played.
Yeah.
And those are the types of comments that Adam is going to have to deal with for a very long time. I mean, he actually got so annoyed by this man's presence that he eventually kind of just calls him a scammer, calls out some of the things that he does in his personal life, and just completely walks off, saying that he was tempted to polish that milk dud head of his. Either way, I just kind of wanted to tie a bow on this whole situation that we have been covering recently. I mean, it's one thing to be entertained by like a decent reality TV show, but if you like had the reminder set up on your phone that this was dropping, I think you need some Jesus in your life or something. Y'all let me know what you guys think about it down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other crazy shit out here needs to be covered, so I'm out. Peace! So a couple of weeks ago, we talked about a stand-up comedian named Matt Rife, and how he was taking the world by storm through the form of crowd work that he had been posting on TikTok for the last year.
Who's the guy in her life that you hate? It's her best friend. Where'd you meet this best friend? At work? Oh, that's worse. Okay, where do you work? At a school? Okay, all right, okay. What do you teach? What, is he a teacher as well? Yes. What does he teach? Science? Would you say you two have chemistry?
In short, Matt quickly garnered a cult-like female audience They enabled him to pack out these massive venues when he previously could not get any work at all. I mean, even his promotion for this tour was centered around attracting women. Like, how many straight men you know are getting enticed by this poster? But even in the midst of this massive success, Matt did seem worried about his rise to fame and getting pigeonholed as a comedian only women can enjoy.
Everybody knows they only go into your shows for those traps, those tattoos, and them cheekbones.
Women 100% are who pushed me to be where I'm at right now. Like, they gave me all the momentum on social media. Because a certain amount of girls were supporting me, guys instinctually just went against it. Up until like April of this year, it was like 90% women coming to these shows. My comedy is so much more for guys than it is girls. It breaks my heart that so many guys just won't give me a chance, because I'm like, dude, we could be best friends. Dude. You just never know.
So when he got his chance to make an actual Netflix special, he opened up with some jokes about women and continued to poke at them throughout his set, with most of the material obviously being geared towards men. This obviously caused a lot of outrage online. He told people if they ever had a problem with one of his jokes, he has a special needs helmet to sell them, and this has led to some of his fan base turning on him, and now recently he has once again found himself involved in drama, only this time it's actually with a 6-year-old kid and his mother on TikTok. Yes, I'm totally serious. And so the drama really all started when this, like, blogger mommy posted up this video of her son on her TikTok page, kind of clapping back at one of Matt Rife's jokes, where he essentially says, like, oh, women believe so heavily in astrology, and they shouldn't be focusing on the rings around the planets when they don't even have a ring on their finger, like they can't find a man.
Nothing to do with the stars, man. Just because Jupiter has a ring and you don't, doesn't mean...
It's Saturn that has the rings, and it has more also, and you're mean to girls.
So the kid, who I think was obviously coached for this video, says, oh, you know, it's Saturn that has the rings and you're so mean to girls. In my opinion, this was obviously this mom trying to create some sort of viral moment. And so Matt actually took the opportunity to clap back on that video in the comment section saying, Jupiter also has a ring. Oh, and Santa Claus isn't real. Your mom buys you presents with the money she makes on OF. Good luck. So this man is now legitimately beefing with a 6-year-old. And with this woman, in my opinion, being a bit of a clout chaser herself, of course hopped back on TikTok to clap back at Matt. And I will say, like, in her defense, if you go and look at her various social media pages, it's very clear that she's not creating any sort of explicit or adult content online. So I don't really understand why he tried to make that point. Like, if she was doing that stuff, it would have been a pretty good slam dunk. But she just pretty much seems to be like your regular run-of-the-mill mommy blogger. Either way, she had this to say in her response.
Matt Rife has decided to start beef with my 6-year-old child online. Yeah, you heard me correctly. My 6-year-old child online. Like Matt, I have a full female audience online. Although I like mine. I don't want them, man. You can keep them. Please. I will gladly take your audience because we know you can't satisfy them anyways. This all started when his comedy special, which... if that's what we're calling comedy. The things he said that weren't even funny were posted on TikTok, and I started being tagged in them because everyone knows that my son is like a genius and he's really into space. I fiercely protect my child online. I'm not a family channel. People know his name, they know he likes space, they know he likes Minecraft, and that's pretty much it. Most people do not know any personal details about my child.
How do you feel about someone with a following posting their kid online? I don't think it's a good idea personally. She says, oh, they don't really know anything about my kid, but now suddenly millions of people have seen his face.
And because of that, and because I have such a large audience, when I see people in person and when people see space clips, they tag me in them because they know that that's what he likes. This is the video that I posted.
It's Saturn that has the rings, and it has more also, and you're mean to girls.
Come on, she totally coached him into saying that shit.
This is my IG where he left the comment, okay? Do I look like... I don't even show my body. You can't accept the fact that people may like women for their personalities. No, we know you don't have one. You stick to circle jerking, the men that you need validation from.
I just think a lot of things in this situation could be true. I think she's not being genuine about the fact that she was clout chasing using her son. Like, if this was all his idea. And she's still using this moment to continue the clout chase. I mean, she's acting like she's one of the most important people in the world. One thing I do find interesting about comedians is that they often do not like being the butt of the joke, and they can't handle people joking at their expense. When that is literally their job, is to, like, stand up on a stage and make fun of, you know, a certain facet of society, a certain way that people are. I mean, I want to know, have you guys ever been to a comedy show and thought to yourself,
oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's crazy to me how a scent can take you back in time. Like when I smell fresh cut grass in the spring, I always think of my days playing baseball. Smells are very powerful, and I truly believe that everyone needs their signature scent. That's why I'm teaming up today with Scentbird. They are the fragrance subscription that lets you choose a new designer or indie fragrance to try every single month. I'm talking about from the heaviest hitters in the industry to the most underground scents for you hipsters. Lately I've been rocking out with my new favorite Guilty Cologne Pour Homme by Gucci, and I cannot tell you guys how many compliments I've got. And no, I'm not just talking about from my mother. And the best part is the process could not be more simple. You go over to their website, you browse their hundreds of fragrance options with detailed profiles, you pick out the exact scent you want, and they ship you your premium cologne or perfume right to your door. Obviously, purchasing fragrances can get expensive rather quickly, with some of them costing like $200 to $400. But that's not the case when you use my coupon code with Scentbird, where you will get 55% off your first month with code JamariSpeaks, effectively making your purchase only a little over $7. Once again, that's code JamariSpeaks at checkout for 55% off your first month with Scentbird. I guess Matt Rife didn't need to act much in this scene, out here arguing with 6-year-olds on Insta.
I will end you! Do you understand me? I swear. No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
fake cop!
I swear to you, this will be your last day on this earth. Okay? I will.
And then you had a lot of other people trying to use this situation to make like a point about men in general. Matt Rife is what happens when we stop bullying men and let them have a crumb of confidence. Matt Rife is a great example of how some white men seem really cool and funny at first. Like swoon, OMG, so much charisma. But most of them just actually suck. Matt Rife being a textbook incel troll by calling out a woman and her child with that OF insult. Such a loser, like the rest of you misogynist pee addicts that use that line on us. And I assume that this account is peddling OF content. And to me, this statement is just so ironic because the grand majority of people who are willing to purchase said content are the misogynist pee addicts who she is talking about. Like, no self-respecting man is buying the explicit content online. I mean, we just saw the situation with that woman, Ruby Rose, and how invested that absolute weirdo was in her. Matt Rife uses OF to insult women because he's pandering to the lowest base possible. Fragile, angry little men who are pissed that women are making money off of something they feel entitled to access for free and on demand. Once again, I think the OF girls, these OF models, are the ones who are actually pandering to like the lowest common denominator man. Like for them, it's probably like the more pathetic the better. The more parasocial the relationship becomes, the more money I'm gonna have coming in. And here's an interesting point that a lot of people were making, is that this guy apparently had some sort of plastic surgery. This woman says, Matt Rife is proof that no matter how much Giga Chad plastic surgery you get and how many girls want to sleep with you, deep down an incel will always be an incel. This is actually what a legitimate plastic surgeon had to say about him potentially restructuring his face.
And the total cost of these potential procedures is $70,000.
So he thinks he got veneers. I think that that's kind of been confirmed. Cheek and jaw implants, $30,000. Buccal fat removal, $10,000. So apparently he thinks that there is a high possibility that he has spent some money on his face to make it look a lot more defined.
Certain transformations in Matt Rife's looks has led to speculation about cosmetic procedures. Matt attributes these changes to late puberty, which could certainly be the case. What are your thoughts? Do you see signs of cosmetic work, or are these just natural changes?
I mean, I won't lie, I think the dude got his jaw tucked. And despite the online backlash, this guy has still been selling out shows across the country. He says, we're breaking records in Connecticut, let's pack this bitch. And as you guys can see, like in terms of the comedy world, this guy is pulling some pretty damn big crowds. This is an at least a couple thousand seat venue. I mean, shout out to this dude, he's obviously living out his dream, and that's always a pretty cool thing to see. But I do think he should kind of just stay in his own lane, maybe grow like a little bit thicker skin. Even in this one podcast appearance I saw him on, he did seem kind of slighted when Dave Portnoy suggested that all he really does is crowd work.
This is how you went viral, which I guess you talk to people in the crowd, right?
I do from time to time, yeah.
That's not a thing?
No, it is. I mean, I would just say it more properly than that. Yeah, I do crowd work that happens to go viral quite often. Yeah,
That's
but I do
more-
way more than that.
Crowd work is the proper way to describe it?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, crowd work. I said talk to people in the crowd, I think.
I just feel like when you rise to fame this fast, there are going to be people who obviously discredit and disrespect you. He talks about, oh, I've put in like 10 to 14 years before this. I'm not some overnight success.
You know, it sounds like y'all don't know me at all. Like y'all don't know about the 12 years I've been doing this. You know how many sleepless nights I put into editing videos that I'd hope somebody would watch?
And I really think he should just enjoy the ride and have fun with it. But I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation down below. Do you guys see his career like lasting and prospering, or do you think it's kind of more like a flash in the pan thing? I definitely don't think this like cancellation attempt on his head has really been warranted. Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. Y'all make sure to go check out Scentbird and use my code JamariSpeaks at checkout to get 55% off your first month. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other comedians out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!
Is also being tasked to complete 60 days of home detention with an electric monitor. The zombie walk would return 2 years later at Comic-Con 2016 after being noticed.
You should play Lethal Company. Did you like it, Taylor? I never got your full review. We ended up playing separately. I got on and hated it so much that I got off and uninstalled it.
Oh no, you should reinstall it. It's exactly what we talked about. It's basically this game, and it's kind of like Among Us in that it's not similar to Among Us, but it's like a game where the gameplay isn't really what it's about. It's about like working together and like the silliness and nonsense that happens. But you're basically you and 3 other people. It's supposed to have a max of 4 players, but all my friends that are playing it, we downloaded a mod so you can have up to 32 people on a team. And so we've been playing with like 8-9 people. And you are these space, basically trash men who are on this crappy ship, and you have to fly into these like abandoned planets that have monsters and problems and like quicksand and places to fall and die. And you have to collect your quota of whatever goods you can find. So you might be like, oh, I found a nuclear light. This is really good. This is 80, space units. Oh, I found this plastic piece of like brush or something. That's only worth like 4. And so you and this team, you're going out and you're trying to collect stuff. But the game chat works the way that a lot of others do. Like I think you said Rust is, where
proximity chat.
It's proximity chat. And so you can only hear the people that are close to you. And if you're like in some shitty warehouse, you hear them like echoed, and they echo, more the further they get away, fades. If you're in a canyon, it echoes like that. And you are having to communicate using walkie-talkies and
This film's original upload was struck down by YouTube for violation of their rules on harassment and/or cyberbullying. Although I believe this to be the wrong decision, any material that could be interpreted as in violation of such has been removed from the current uploaded version.
The coordinated attacks against you are a result of you expressing anti-Trump sentiments and expressing these egalitarian, all-inclusive open borders, and that has nothing to do with our show. That's not related. So
okay, well, it's been said in the name
of the hell that you have brought screaming down upon your head to do with your song "I'm a Cuck."
I am gay, and I voted for Obama.
left-wing mainstream press. I'm a pussy who gets fucked right up the ass. I am a cunt. I am a libtard. I'm a fag who wants blacks to live amongst us. And Arabs to have equal rights.
Tim Heidecker has started his own call-in show so that he can talk to his fans. Office Hours. Who is Tim Heidecker? Tim Heidecker was born in Pennsylvania, but now lives in California.
Does the annoying majority of your fan base currently make it hard to love your fans?
I don't find them annoying.
I didn't mean to be offensive with that question. It's just when
You're the one that's annoying.
Tim Heidecker, star of film.
No, I'm just
Awesome show, great job.
when like somebody makes such intense satire, it's hard to tell what's real and what's not. You know.
I know, it's a problem I have. I'm grateful, generally just grateful that people are
Composer of Wipe My Butt.
I'm never gonna wipe my butt.
He's never gonna wipe his butt.
I'm never gonna wipe my butt.
He's never gonna wipe his butt.
Central Air.
Same congressional district as Silver Lake, like anyone cares.
To one such fan, Sam Hyde, the work of Tim Heidecker had been life-changing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the early MDE stuff kind of copied Tim and Eric's style. So definitely fans of it, yeah.
What is MDE?
Yeah. How do you feel knowing that when people see you on video that they're gonna hate you before you can even say anything? How do I feel about that? Yeah.
One thing bothers me about Japanese girls. My chick won't give me any quality time. I need my QT.
Try and get smoother than me.
Kids like me.
Due to the massive birth increase, we're gonna have a shortage of milk.
Sam Hyde went by other names online.